Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Warning, contains spoilers for A Quiet Place Part 2. The death of John Krasinski's Lee Abbott was an emotional moment in A Quiet Place, but it's made even better by the events of A Quiet Place Part 2. Given Krasinski directed, co-wrote, and co-starred in A Quiet Place, his death came as something of a surprise. Done as an act of loving sacrifice in order to save his children, it served as both a real shock and a truly poignant twist to push the story into its climax. Krasinski is back among the cast in A Quiet Place 2, a somewhat risky move given his character was killed off in the first movie. While Lee's return comes in flashbacks, rather than a convoluted reveal that he was never really dead, it still could have upended his sacrifice if handled badly. Mercifully, Krasinski very much knows what he's doing, and Lee's return, and how that factors into the rest of the movie back in the present timeline of A Quiet Place, makes things even better. Firstly, there is A Quiet Place 2's opening scene itself, which shows some of the monster's origins and just how the Abbott family responded to the first attack. During the baseball game, Lee is shown to have a close bond with Reagan, Millicent Simmons, and when they were forced to go on their own, she decides to go with her father. Similarly, Lee quickly picks up on the fact the alien monsters use sound to hunt. It's never explained just how he knows this, but it seems plausible that, having a deaf daughter, he is particularly attuned to things with regards to sound and hearing, or at least just more likely to think of that more immediately. This look at his backstory strengthens the connection he has with Reagan, some of which had been lost by the time of A Quiet Place, and makes his sacrifice to save her and Marcus, Noah Hope, lives even more moving. The opening also shows just how well equipped Lee was at dealing with the attacks, and when the family later meet Emmett, Cillian Murphy, he confirms that they saw the signals from Lee but chose to ignore them. Later still, a radio signal confirms other people are still out there, alive and ostensibly safe on an island, and there is also confirmation of the monster's weakness being water. These are all elements that connect back to Lee, and by proving him right in so many ways, it serves to make his death even sadder, yet also ensures that his legacy very much lives on. Lee may be gone, but it still feels like a huge part of A Quiet Place Part 2. Nowhere is that more evident than with Reagan. While the first movie felt more like it belonged to Emily Blunt's Evelyn, especially in its ending, A Quiet Place Part 2 is very much Reagan's movie, and with that, it confirms that Reagan is very much her father's daughter. Crucially, Lee's legacy carries on because of Reagan, whose final message to her reassured her of her father's affection. Following Lee's death, Reagan takes charge in every way, using the skills her father taught her to find not only fight off the creatures, but to track the radio frequencies. Lee was gone, but he lived on in everything Reagan accomplished, empowered by the confidence of his love for her. All of these aspects elevate Lee's sacrifice, ensuring that his memory and what he meant to his family still touches their lives and is important to the story despite his absence in the present day. Reagan continues on Lee's legacy more than anyone else, and given his sacrifice for her life, she now carries the weight of that with her in A Quiet Place 2. What was shocking and emotional in the first movie becomes even more meaningful here, as his death serves a much greater purpose than one act to save his family. By bringing Lee back in a flashback and keeping him alive in other ways, A Quiet Place Part 2 adds much more de EPTH to his death, making it better, and turning him and his family into stronger characters.